James, please don't do this.
I just had the best year of my career. I gotta keep things fresh.
Well, then let's just go to Foot Locker. They got all the fresh new gear.
But I have real talent.
Can I get playback? Okay.
I wear my shirt open so you see my chest. Girl, I work so hard into...
Is that me?
Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Yeah. Can I make you move now? Yes, I can. So you can get this move in the back of a can. You can make it round the world when the holes in your hand. Popcorn World. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. I said popcorn make you smile. Ah. 250 flavors. Popcorn World. Popcorn World.
You're now listening to the Brothers of the 5. At shooting guard, it's your boy, Killer Cam. At small forward, it's Reggie Love. At point guard, C Major. At power forward, I'll be. And at center, Mr. Noise, Lloyd Spence. And now, the Brothers of the 5.
Add one more plus me into the 5.
You're now listening to BLEAV in the ACC with Heisman Trophy winner and Florida State legend, Mr. Charlie Ward, Wave 3 TV, and Fern Creek Hall of Famer Kendrick Haskins, and Mr. Talking Noise himself, and of course Mama Noise's name, Lloyd Spence. And now, it's time for BLEAV in the ACC. It was a true mashup. Everybody gets their theme music play. That's what we wanted to make sure everybody got fair representation. Right now, we have the C Major, producer of the 5, and of course the great Charlie Ward is here. I'm here. And others are coming. It's a fluid show. It's very fluid. But we're gonna have a good time nonetheless. Because this is our, listen, if you're a sports fan, this is our favorite time of year. This is like a sports fan's Christmas. You know? Everywhere. As you can, just everywhere you look. Different channels and see basketball. That's a beautiful thing. So, fellas, are you excited about this year's tournament?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you know, the tournament is always exciting for the most part. I mean, you just kind of wait and see who's gonna pull the upsets. And those types of things, and who's going to carry over from tournament to tournament, you know. So it's always exciting.
Definitely exciting because you never know who's going to be the person that's wins it all. This year right now, you really don't have a clue, really. So,
well, you know, here's what's interesting for me. I'm excited about the tournament as I always am. What I'm not is confident in anything I'm about to pick. I have zero confidence in anything that I'm about to pick.
Facts.
Why?
That's the air, man. Like, especially on the men's side. On the men's side, I don't know. Okay, so here's what I think on the men's side. We're just jumping right in tonight. We're going in. Here we go. I think UConn is the best team in the nation. It feels like they're the best team in the nation. Would we all agree with that?
Yes.
More or less? Okay. So after that, I don't know. Like, I would have said Houston was the second best team, but that is not evidence as of their last game being beat by almost 30 points. So I don't. Then you look at some of the other contestants or so-called contenders. See this? Can everybody hear me?
You're freezing up.
You froze up.
Okay. See, the internet didn't like me talking about the teams like that. So I just don't know. That's my big thing. I don't know what to think or what to believe. But we're gonna go through the bracket and see and make some selections. And I don't know, maybe at the end of it will help somebody, you know.
So what you're trying to say is you're not putting your money on any of these teams, is what you're trying to say.
Oh, I'm definitely not putting money on anything, though we do support Bet Online. .ag. I personally will not be betting on anything because I don't know. I honestly don't know. And this is, if ever there was a year, and I love to hear what you guys think about the predictions. If ever there was a year where it's going to come down to you being, your win is going to come down to you being able to pick the upset. This is that year. Like normally you can probably skirt around the upsets a little bit and maybe pull out a win. I don't think that's the case this year because I really think there are going to be some serious upsets.
Yeah, we definitely have it in the cards. Every year there's somebody that you're not expecting to beat that team. So no, it's definitely in the cards, especially this year. I think so.
Yeah, I agree with that assessment. You just don't know who it is, though.
Don't know who it is. Before we get to our selections, let's start with the weekend. What I heard out of the 6 so-called Power 5 or 6 conference games, only one team won that was a number 1 seed actually won their conference championship. Everybody else I'm not even sure how many number 1s made it to their conference championships.
Yeah, a few of them got knocked out early.
Yeah,
but there were a couple. I know UNC made it, and of course UConn. They may have been only 2. Maybe only 2. Maybe UAB beat US, beat South Florida, and I think UAB was the 1 seed in their tournament. But like the other ones, major that we consider major, I think very few of them made the 1 seed made it. I mean, Houston.
For the UNC North Carolina State game, and I think it was you. Maybe I think it was you, or maybe it was Chad. Sometimes everybody be texting all at the same time. But they said, "Well, you think North Carolina can win this thing?" I said 2 weeks ago, I'd have said yes, but now I don't know because North Carolina State came in with a ton of momentum, and after doing some digging, I found out some motivation because there were a lot of strong rumors that Kevin McKees was going to lose his job, which is crazy to think because he's not necessarily done a bad job at North Carolina State, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. You know my thoughts on that.
Yeah.
Not enough. That's what I call it. People always firing guys because they're saying, or coaches, because they're saying they're not doing enough or they're not winning enough.
Yeah.
And I mean, the program is, at least moving in the right direction, trying to move amidst, all the noise on the outside.
Right.
But I was just happy for them to pull it off. I just hope they don't, fall the first game like Georgia Tech did. They had a very similar experience, like 3 years ago, where they won the ACC and then they ended up losing in the first weekend, which was, not a good look for the ACC. But it's just, I was happy for them, and I just hope they don't run out of gas here first weekend.
Well, to your point, Charlie, the shaky part of what you're talking about is the level of emotion. If that is all true and that the rumors were strong like that and maybe it was all but a certainty, then you pour a lot of emotion into that moment. Like there's another similar story. Actually, it's the exact story, but worse. The coach, I don't know if you heard about this, the coach at Long Beach State. Yeah, he was fired, Chad. He was actually fired.
Yeah, exactly.
He was coaching his last days. And now He's going to the tournament. So
yeah. What motivation? What motivation is that?
Right. And that team is highly motivated. So they might be the most dangerous team in the tournament right now because they're playing with house money. So before we get into picking, I do want to ask this question because it always comes up every year. And it's the snubs. St. John's didn't make it. Pitt didn't make it. Oklahoma, Memphis, Ole Miss, Indiana were the bigger names that everybody has been talking about. Do you guys even the snub, or is there a lot more that goes into the snub than just one day or one weekend?
I mean, they have their criteria of what they look at. So, I mean, somebody's going to get snubbed each year. So, I mean, it's just those teams' turn to get snubbed at this point. So, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. The whole NCAA system is flawed anyway. So, somebody's going to get snubbed at the end of the day.
Right. And, I mean, I've shared this via text. I just don't know how they chose the snubs, because of course there are always people who make it that probably on that bubble as well. And so what determines whether that team gets in and the other team doesn't? What are those determining factors? And again, it goes back to, what goes on in the room, like how we determine these teams. Like, come out and say, this is how this team made it in, and this is how this team did not. These are the differences between the two. We talk about a little transparency, within this room, but we don't get that, that information. And it's kind of, they go off of these criterias and what have you. And of course, the criteria can change from team to team, conference to conference. And, you think about Mississippi State and Texas A&M. I mean, they lost 13 and 14 games. Yeah. And so they were able to get in over teams that lost less games, but won the same amount. And so that's why I'm like, I understand the whole SEC and Big Ten, bias in a lot of ways. And so, did they get in because they're in those conferences? Because they feel like those conferences, they play top tier teams. And so if that is the case, those schools are going to get the benefit of the doubt every year, because their teams that they compete against are going to be in the top 25 every year. Yeah. At least 8 or 9 of them. And so it gives them more opportunities to have good wins or good losses.
Yeah, and then the other thing is, what are we putting the real emphasis on? Because if the emphasis is just on this final weekend and the performance of your performance in the tournament, well, then let's just say that. Let's just make that clear, that if you don't do well in the tournament, then you're probably either going to be dropped down several spots, which is not consistent, by the way, or you may be put out altogether, because based on their performance in the tournament, St. John should have got in. But because they fell one game short of where Mississippi State landed, they don't get in. It doesn't make any sense. So I don't know. And then Purdue didn't get to the final game, but North Carolina does. So they get the number 1 seed overall. Like, I don't understand the logic behind any of that. So I don't know. It was that part is the part that's a little disconcerting. But I'll say this also. You had a lot of games to make up the difference. So you had 30 games to not be considered, a snub at the end of the night.
Lord, I hear you.
Yeah.
But the teams that I just mentioned, were in the same boat.
That's true.
And their record is even worse. Is my point. Yeah. And so when you talk about they had other. Yes, they did have out the opportunity. So did that. So did the other team, the teams that got in. And so, Indiana State is in the same boat. They didn't get in, but they had a very good year. But they're in a smaller conference.
Well, listen, Killer Cam just showed up. He's here to join us here tonight. And so we're gonna make it easy on everybody. If you want to see our picks, you can go to the Noisemaker page. Our individual picks. We're all going to join the group, and you can join the group as well. Just go to the Noisemaker page, click the men's league, click the women's link, and you'll be able to play along with us throughout the tournament or whatever. But tonight we're going to try to come to some kind of consensus as to who we think is going to win the game. I don't know how we're going to pull this off, but we're going to do our best. Because this is really, really challenging. I won't kid you. But like I said, we will do our best and see what happens here. So we're going to start where are we starting, gentlemen? In the East region. Okay. They lobbed us up an easy one to start with, guys. Connecticut and Stetson. I don't think there's anybody that would disagree that Connecticut is probably going to win this game.
No disagree from me. No disagreeing.
All right, so we can pick that one and move on. So that's good. Now, after that, it's all hard stuff. So there you go. Florida Atlantic is the 8 seed. Northwestern is the 9. Who should we take in this one, guys?
Florida Atlantic. That's who I have on my bracket.
You got Florida Atlantic. What made you pick Florida Atlantic? What about them? Is there anything specific?
No.
I thought Florida Atlantic was.
Well, they have history. They have history of getting going deep into the tournament. So maybe that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, Northwestern. I always sometimes like to lean toward the team that I know has played harder games throughout the year, and in the hope that they've learned something through those games. Sometimes that presents itself well, sometimes it doesn't. But in 8-9 matchups, I'm easy to be persuaded. So, Charlie, Cam, what y'all thinking about this one?
That's a good point. Go ahead, Charlie.
Who I'm trying to find my brackets. You can go ahead.
That's a good point you bring up, Lloyd. You kind of want to lean with the team that's had a harder schedule conference and still made it. That's tough. This pick was one of the picks I battled with, knowing that they're not going to be there after this round, maybe. So it kind of made it,
Facts.
So who'd you end up going with?
Florida Atlantic.
You went Florida Atlantic as well?
Yeah.
Charlie, are you?
Who's Florida Atlantic playing again?
Northwestern.
I went with. I think I chose Northwestern. I took 2 brackets, so I couldn't lose.
That's the way to do it. There. That's the way to do it right there. The A bracket and the B bracket.
Yeah. So you're okay with a Florida Atlantic selection?
Well, yes, because I don't have them going past neither one of these teams going past UConn. So
it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
And by the way, there is a very strong rumor that the Florida Atlantic coach might be headed to Louisville. He's on the short list. So we'll see what happens with that. Okay. Now we all know that a 5 seed is going to lose to a 12 seed. Why that is the case, I don't know, but it happens every year in the tournament. So the hardest part, one of the hardest part about picking these is trying to find the 12-5 loss. Now, San Diego State should have some players that were there last year. I gotta believe that experience will be enough to get them through UAB. But But again, I'm open to interpretation here. Ronnie, why are you giving us the eyes? I don't understand why you're giving us the eyes, brother.
I pick San Diego State here, so I think they're safe. They're safe.
Are we all in agreement on this one?
Yeah.
I'm going with UAB. I got a chance to watch them over the weekend, and I think San Diego State, they had a good year last year.
Yeah.
Good run. But I do believe UAB should win this game.
I actually saw UAB play this year as well, and I was impressed with what they did. Did Charlie's argument sway anybody?
No.
Because right now it's a 3-1. It's a 3-1.
No.
All right, Charlie. Well, Charlie, you may be right on this because there's going to be a 5 to lose to a 12 for sure.
Oh, don't worry about it because Charlie picked the other team in his other bracket.
He said, right. It's going to work out for Charlie one way or the other.
Yeah, exactly.
I love the way Auburn is coming into this tournament, and Yale almost lost yesterday. It took a last-second floater to win the game that they had against a team that only won 11 games. So I got to go with Auburn. Auburn seems to have the momentum. Oh, I just picked. I didn't even ask. What are y'all picking on this one? I assume we were all going Auburn. Is what my
yeah. I had Auburn in my bracket.
Anybody going with Yale finding their way again?
No. They got some shooters over there, but no.
Of course, I'm rooting for Auburn because one of my players is on the Auburn team. So
okay,
root for him to win it all for sure. And I do believe they have a very good team to match up against any team.
Oh yeah.
So that's in their favor as well. They're deep when it comes to their bench and the bench production, and they're well coached as well. Just hopefully they don't get out of character and start trying to do it on their own at any point. But I don't think they've been solid all year in that department, and so it should be interesting once they get to. I think they're playing UConn at some point.
Yeah,
I got them playing UConn, so I'm not sure if they'll be able to beat UConn. However, they do have a team that could.
They are a lot bigger than I thought they were.
Oh, they're huge.
They're a huge team. I didn't realize they were that big, but they're big everywhere.
Across the board.
Yeah, they're big everywhere. Just a huge team. Okay, BYU and Duquesne, the Dukies of Duquesne.
Well, this is Duquesne's first rodeo. So I'm not sure if they're ready yet, but I'm going BYU just because I know the coach and I know they're disciplined and they play a good brand of basketball.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Agree with Charlie on this one. BYU.
I think I'm gonna agree, but this one scares me because teams that have nothing to lose are the most.
So BYU in the same boat. They don't have anything to lose. I mean, they're just a higher ranked team.
Well, but like you said,
they the same way.
Yeah,
I think their coach said he's leaving after this year. He's retiring too.
Duquesne.
Yeah, Duquesne. I think the coach is retiring after the tournament. I think.
So you think they're going to put together last big run?
I like a good retirement story, Charlie.
Yeah, that could be motivation.
Sure. Is this a retirement?
I like a good retirement story, Charlie. Speaking of good stories, Bruce Pearl said that his father had passed in August. So when he was crying yesterday, but Bruce Pearl is a crier, but he was crying yesterday, and he was saying, "Well, I just miss my dad. And I wish he was here to see this." So I don't know, man. When people find their why, that makes me nervous sometimes because that Y is strong.
Lord, every team has a good story.
there's a Y in BYU, so
you just don't believe in UK. I see what's going on here. We'll move on. Okay.
You still have to play the game, Lord. I mean,
you got to play the game.
A good story is fine.
That's true.
You still got to play the game.
That's very true. For purely sentimental reasons, I have to go Morehead State here.
This is Morehead State playing? Come on. Illinois?
This is the alma mater. I can't pick against my alma mater.
Yes, you can.
I understand.
I can't.
I mean,
listen, I'm not gonna be offended that y'all picking Illinois.
You sound like Kendra Perkins right now, man.
You'll still be able to get back on campus, man. Just pick the line now, bro. Still be able to go on campus, man.
Shout out to Big Perk. I can't do it. I got to ride with my guys.
Lord, God knows your heart, man. It's okay.
He does. That's what I'm saying. I got to go with my guys, man. Listen, we can unanimously pick Illinois. I'm okay with that. but in my heart, I'm picking more.
All right.
And on my bracket, I'm picking Morehead State. But on here, I'm picking Illinois. So there you go. All right, Washington State and Drake, the school, not the rapper.
I'm going with Drake.
Give me Drake.
Yeah.
Drake is popping up on a lot of people's brackets.
I think they're on a win streak.
Drake that's got everybody.
I think they're on a win streak.
Drake is very similar to like Creighton.
Okay.
I mean, they play hard. They have a really good, talented group. Overall, they have a coach's son. The coach's son is one of the best players, and so they really remind me of Creighton.
Okay. All right, you heard it here first, people. Cam, you on board with Drake?
Yes.
Okay, so our first official upset, I guess, there. And then we got Iowa State and the South Dakota State Jackrabbits.
Easy. We all on the same page.
Very easy.
All right. Sorry, South Dakota.
Iowa State.
Yeah.
Iowa State is scary because they play the same way every night.
They do. They're very consistent. I was actually impressed with them in their tournament. They played some really strong basketball. I don't think it matters who is the play-in winner here. North Carolina should win this game. Matter of fact,
I'm going for Howard to face them, but that's about as far as they're gonna go.
Well, let me ask this question just real quick. Will there be a one that loses to a 16 this year? We've seen it once. Will it happen again this year?
It won't be my team.
It won't be North Carolina, is what you say?
Yeah, no.
Okay. All right. Mississippi State, who had a very impressive SEC run, versus Michigan State, who has a very impressive championship coach.
I think I went with Mississippi State.
Oh, you believe?
Yeah, I can't.
Even though I don't think.
Can't pick that other team.
Chad has strong Michigan ties, so he'd be put out the house if he.
Okay.
So this is very personal for him.
Can't do it, Charlie. I can't do it.
Right.
Can't do it.
His bags would be packed at the office door if he picked Michigan State right now. Cam, what about you? What are you doing here?
I don't know if I can pick against Michigan State here. Like just the pedigree and the experience.
It's Izzo, man.
From the coach's point, like it's just he always have his team ready. That's the thing about Izzo.
Izzo scares me because he's always, like you said, he's always. I don't think it's been a long time. I don't think he loses first round games too often. So 19 and 14, yeah, I get it, but it would not surprise me if they won. But I'm willing to yield to the 8 seed if that's where we're all leaning. Most of us are leaning. But it would not surprise me if he lost his game. What about St. Mary's and Grand Canyon? Does anybody have a coin?
They're very similar teams in a lot of ways.
Let's see what we got going here.
I think I picked St. Mary's. I think I picked St. Mary's on that one. Just because.
Yeah, I also picked St. Mary's.
You look at points for possession, they're almost identical. You look at the effective field goal percentage, they're almost identical. Turnovers, almost identical. Offensive rebounds, almost identical. I mean, when you say similar, Charlie, that is no understatement.
Yeah,
the numbers are almost
very similar.
I'm going to say to you that this is your first 12-5 on the last second shot.
Whoa.
Because you know it's going to happen. Some 12 is going to be the 5. This is the most likely. But what do you guys say?
I said St. Mary's, so.
Okay.
I'm going to say Mary.
Okay.
A possibility, but I'm still going with St. Mary's.
All right. St. Mary's it is. All right. We move on. Alabama also kind of coming in hot. A little bit there. So they'll take on the College of Charleston, who has a very good record, very strong record.
They're on the 10-plus game winning streak as well.
10-plus game winning.
Note that. Yeah.
Do you think Alabama?
Huh?
You think Alabama could lose this game?
Yes.
This is my upset. This is my upset right here.
Yes, because Alabama is inconsistent. Even though they had a big tournament, they're inconsistent.
Yeah, and like we always say that MO is strong. So Charleston got it rolling. So I think they keep it rolling right here.
Okay.
I'll go with College of Charleston.
Okay. It sounds like we all in agreement. We're waiting on Cam.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. He's still 3-1, Cam. So we're going with the upset.
I said. Just remember I said.
I hear you though. I hear you. Clemson and New Mexico Lobos.
You can go to the next one.
Who you pick?
I said Clemson.
I would like to see. I'd like to see Clemson win just because they're in ACC, but they kind of scare me.
You don't know what you're gonna get with Clemson. And Clemson's got some good wins, but you don't know what you're gonna get with them.
Yeah.
But they can at least win this one game, though. They can win. They can get New Mexico.
You would think that. You would think that.
Clemson's definitely gonna win this game.
Definitely, he's saying definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, after that, I don't know, but right now, after that.
All right, we'll go with the definite. Ronnie's saying no. We all in trouble. Oh, and New Mexico is Richard Pitino, so he's got. We'll see about that one. Baylor and Colgate.
I got Baylor making a deep run, so I'm definitely going Baylor.
Really, a deep run? Okay, all right.
I don't know anything about Colgate than what's on my bathroom counter, so I'm going Baylor.
Baylor.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Baylor just because. Just because here. Dayton and Nevada Wolfpack. The Dayton Flyers. What are we doing here?
I think I flipped a coin on this one. I think I said Dayton.
I'm going with Dayton.
Me too.
This is an easy one to be swayed on. I don't know. Arizona. Some say Arizona is the second best team in the conference. I mean, in the country.
Yeah.
No. I wouldn't go that far. I would say they one at the top.
Led by Caleb Love.
Who is that?
Former North Carolina.
Better not come across us.
First of all, shout out to the tournament for making sure that Caleb would have to get to any kind of Final Four.
It's only right.
He thought he escaped it, and then they were like, "Nah, that makes great TV." I think Arizona can get past this one, but Long Beach will be motivated.
Yeah, but he's coaching his last game, so it is Arizona.
This might end up closer than people think, just because those kids clearly love their coach and they want to play for him.
It could be close as long as Arizona's got 68 and Long Beach State got 67.
Well, that's probably where it's going to end up.
Well, like you say, you talking about the second best team in the country. I am nowhere saying that, nowhere, but they're gonna beat them by at least 13 points.
Okay, all right, fair enough. We're in the South now. I think we all can agree that Houston just had an off day. Their point guard was missing. Everybody should be back and ready to go. They should handle this one easily.
I'm going to agree with Charlie on this one. I'm going to go Longwood.
You say Longwood?
No, I'm just kidding.
I didn't hear Charlie say that. No. Charlie's like, don't you be putting them words in my mouth?
That would be a long no.
Okay, that's a hard game right there, though. This is a tough game.
This is a hard game.
This is a tough game.
This is a tough one to pick. Texas A&M is riding a little bit of momentum too.
Give me the Aggies.
You going 9/8 on this one?
I am. I took the Aggies.
I can be.
I'm gonna go with Nebraska.
Huh?
I like Coach Buzz. But I'm gonna go with Nebraska. Fred Hoiberg.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I like Coach Buzz too. I
vote the majority, whatever the majority vote. I don't know.
Oh, so you gonna put it on me? Okay, that's cold blooded. That's cold right there, boy.
I can't. I mean,
Charlie, you see how family do you? You see how they do you?
My bracket says Nebraska, so okay. My bracket says Nebraska.
I will lean slightly toward Nebraska in a close one. Like 1 or 2 points it'll be a 1 or 2 point game. But Cam, you're probably right. It's probably gonna be Texas A&M. All right. Another 5-12, Wisconsin, James Madison. What we doing?
James Madison on a 10+ game streak. Yes, James Madison.
I think winning matters. Like it matters regardless of what conference you're in. If you're winning and you're learning how to win, even in tough games, I think that matters in March. And you stop looking at the front of the jersey. And then Wisconsin is not unbeatable. I think I'm going James Madison.
Madison has a pretty good team.
Yeah. I think I'm James Madison too. Cam, what you doing? It's 3-1 now, so it may not matter, but
it doesn't matter. But I am going Wisconsin.
You are going Wisconsin?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you outvoted, so there you go.
Give me the badge.
This could absolutely be in the upset round. I think Duke is kind of limping into the tournament. I don't know if Vermont is the team to do it, but I'm not saying they're not the team to do it either.
I'm going with Duke.
Hold on.
Everybody saying Duke?
Yeah, Duke. Yeah. Duke is safe for now.
I'm just saying it would not surprise me if this was an upset.
Duke can't let Vermont beat them.
Come on. You would think that. Hey, you would think that. Let me ask you a question, Charlie.
Y'all just talk about winning matters, right?
Let me ask you a question, Charlie. If Duke was to let that happen, is John Shire in trouble after that?
No. Why everybody want to be after these coaches' jobs after they lose games?
I'm not after his job. I'm just saying, Charlie. You can't be losing to Vermont.
It happens. It's sports. If they put the ball in the basket and get more stops, they're gonna win.
They're gonna win, Charlie. They're gonna win that thing.
And Duke to me, I mean, they had the wrong guy shooting in their game. Proctor was shooting a lot.
He was.
And I don't know if he's that guy to be shooting all them shots. I mean, they should be getting them shots to somebody else.
Is Filipowski healthy? Is he healthy? Did he look healthy to you?
Who?
Filipowski.
Yeah, he tripping, folks.
Well,
he healthy. But I mean, he did roll his ankle. You know, I think that ankle's still lingering. I mean, you know, we have an ankle sprain. It doesn't take but a little tweak to get you, back at that point where it's tender again. And I think that kind of hindered him a little bit in the last game.
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting one right there. Okay, Texas Tech, NC State, another one of the teams riding big momentum. I thought for sure they wouldn't have got as far as they got. I thought Kevin Keats was cooked, and look at him, about to get an extension now. All of a sudden, what a difference that makes.
And that bothers me also. Like, don't talk about the man's job. Just keep supporting him. And if he does well, give him an extension. If he doesn't do well, then you can talk about whatever your next steps are. But don't be in the streets, talking about the man need to win, X, Y, Z, and all this kind of carrying on. But I'm happy for him.
So do they pull off the upset against the Texas Tech, or did they pour all their emotion into the ACC tournament and they'll have nothing left to give?
The one thing that they have in their favor is they still have that Burns kid who's huge.
Yes, he was
6'9", 275.
Yeah, he's an offensive tackle.
Is he a football player that plays basketball? That's real talk?
100.
Okay,
hey, and those are the most dangerous basketball players.
But you know what though? He really is nice.
Yeah,
like he has a very soft touch and knows how to balance between his physicality and his touch. It's really nice.
But he's still,
I don't know,
still heavy.
Oh, he's massive. It's like watching a bowling ball roll through there. But I like his touch around the basket. They may. I think I'm gonna say they pull off the upset.
I'm agree with you. NC State, sure.
Is Purcell? Is it Purcell? Is he okay? Because he didn't finish. He wasn't able to finish the last game.
I have not heard that. Okay.
I mean, they had some other guys kind of limping to the finish line, but they still had Diarra, Middlebrooks, Horn. I mean, them cats are still there, so I guess they'll be all right.
Yeah. There's just nothing about Texas Tech that scares me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with North Carolina State because but they also have that X factor of Burns.
If he gets loose,
he can get everybody. He can get everybody shots.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Big time. Mm-hmm. Big time. Are we in agreement there, guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So there's another upset for you. Kentucky, Oakland. I'm going to obviously say Kentucky here, but I'm gonna say all this national love that Kentucky is getting from what I've watched this season. If they don't learn how to play defense as a team, they're not gonna be around long. Now, what they do should be enough to beat Oakland,
right?
But I don't know how far that's gonna take them.
Yeah, Kentucky this round. No.
Kentucky this round, okay.
Yes.
All right. The Gators against whoever wins the play-in here.
The Gators should win.
Colorado's been playing tough though. Colorado's been playing tough, so
you automatically putting Colorado in?
Yes.
Okay.
But the Gators will beat Colorado. But
if this was the women Colorado versus the Gators, I would say they win this game. But I'm saying Florida all day.
Yeah.
Anybody disagree? Okay, we can move on from that. Hold on, let me check something real quick. Kieta, your alma mater is playing Marquette. Do I have your permission to pick Marquette? Because they are the better team. No, he said no. Okay, so technically I'm picking Western Kentucky. I'm using the air quotes, gentlemen.
Hey.
But I think we all know where this is going, right?
It's difference between sleeping on the couch and sleeping in bed.
Right. So I picked, technically, for the broadcast, I have picked Western Kentucky to win this game. Not with my heart, though. Not with my heart, but with my common sense. Okay, are we good with Marquette? Everybody else is good?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
You know, you could have just said nothing and got outvoted.
I mean, they got a good coach. They got a good coach over there.
Huh?
They got a good coach over there.
They do. They do. Listen, they had a good season. Does anybody believe in Purdue? I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but to win it all, you do. Okay.
I don't believe in their guard. Their guard play is suspect. Braden Smith is not a top tier guard. He doesn't handle pressure well, and he's the one that they have bringing the ball up consistently. He missed a lot of easy baskets the other night. Yeah. They right around the floaters that you would expect them to make. I just don't see them being able to compete against. Or are you saying win a championship? No.
100% agree. I think they are missing that next thing. Like they have a solid team and they play decent team ball, good team ball, if you will. But they don't have that next thing. And when their backs were against the wall in the Big Ten tournament, they couldn't get a stop. And I was like, y'all can't stop nobody. Like, so I don't necessarily know if I believe.
After a loss, you can regroup. So I think they could definitely reset and make a run.
Oh, look at you standing up for your Big Ten. That's so cute. You really don't want them bags packed. That's right, father-in-law. I got you. Hey, Jesse. I see what you did there. Father-in-law went to Purdue. I forgot. My bad.
Hey,
my bad. Very smart play. See, you're doing the good things tonight, Chad.
Hey, man.
You're going to get the big piece of chicken tonight. I can promise you that. Look. Speaking of father-in-law, there he is. Pops up. There you go. All right. Utah State and TCU. What we doing here?
Of course, I'm going with TCU.
TCU.
That's because you're literally financially invested. Literally financially invested with this. But I do think TCU is probably going to win.
I'm going with TCU because I think they're the better team.
All right. Okay.
True. True.
They got somebody. Hey, listen, they about 7 deep. TCU got a nice little team. They'll get beat up on the inside later on in the game, but
yeah. TCU has been tournament shocking the last 3 years. Like you don't expect them to be good, and all of a sudden they're really good in March. I don't know what that's about. Gonzaga has flown under the radar all year long. Nobody's really talked about them this year. I'm definitely gonna pick them against McNeese State, but I'm wondering if they're better than that.
I'm not actually. I'm going McNeese State.
Whoa!
I think McNeese State is they're coached by the guy who was at LSU.
Okay.
Got into trouble. Will Wade. And they've had a tremendous turnaround this year. They lost 23 games last year. And he told them at the beginning of the year that they were going to win more than 23 plus games. And
they have.
They did.
30 and 3.
That's a pretty good turnaround right there.
Charlie, you may have convinced me. I don't know. I'm not married to Gonzaga.
Gonzaga has a solid program that they've had over the years. This year they haven't been the same team as they've had in the past.
Charlie, I'm gonna get on board. Shout out to McNeese. And it's a 12-5.
Hopefully they win.
That 30 and 3 is staring me in my face, so I think I'm gonna go with the upset.
I think I'm riding with McNeese. That was very well convincing argument. Cam, what we doing?
I'm going to Zags.
I feel like he's being rebellious at this point. All right, Kansas, Samford.
Next.
I gotta be honest with you. I don't believe in Kansas.
Well, they should be Samford.
I feel like something's wrong though, man.
It's just the first round, man.
I feel like something's wrong.
They don't have depth. That's their issue. But they should have their players back that missed the tournament.
All right,
he said
they only play 7 guys.
For this experiment, I'm willing to go with Kansas. I think in my personal bracket, I'm going with Samford.
For one game, I'm going with Kansas. For one game.
All right, everybody else agree? Looks like everybody's in agreement. Okay. What about South Carolina and Oregon? Once again, I'll say if this was the women, this is a no-brainer.
You're South Carolina.
You believe. Charlie believes. Okay.
I'm just going to black coach.
Oh.
That's a good strategy right there.
That's some serious deductive reasoning right there. When in doubt, go with black coach.
I went with Oregon because I like their gear.
Are you contractually obligated by Nike to pick another Nike school? Is that what you're saying?
No, I got on Adidas right now.
Amazing. Kel, who you go with?
South Carolina.
Okay, I think I'm gonna join in. To me, this is a no-brainer. I think Creighton is they've already the best team in the country, so they should be able to beat Akron.
Yes, Creighton should win.
Yes. Yeah. All right. And then finally, is this Texas? Oh, we got 2 more. Texas and whoever the play-in winner, Virginia. Now, this is a tougher play-in game.
Yeah.
And Virginia's got a weird style.
And I'm not really sold on Texas. I mean, they've been up and down all year. They've been hard to pick. Like they have, their guard Amos, the guy that came from Oral Roberts.
Yeah.
He's a very good guard. Asmus, I think it is. But I mean, they got some good players. They just hadn't been, I don't know, solid all year. They've been inconsistent. But I'm going with Texas.
I'll say this: the coach is for sure on the hot seat. Like they are not happy down in Texas. The brother gonna have to win this one. He may have to win 2 or 3 to save the job.
Yeah, I'm going with the decision tree on this one. I'm going with Texas.
All right. I'm not sold on it. In my personal bracket, I may go the other way. Tennessee and St. Peter's Peacocks. I fundamentally can't choose anything with Peacock on it.
Wow.
Just as a general rule.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
It just feels wrong. It just feels wrong, Charlie, to put my stock in something named the Peacock. Unless it's like NBC.
I'm gonna go with Tennessee.
Okay.
Good coach, and they have a good showing, in the tournament.
Is anybody going with the Peacocks?
No.
Okay. All right. So we're at the round of 32. I just can't do it. It's just weird. Okay. All right. Again, a no-brainer. Connecticut, Florida Atlantic. Might be a close first half, but I think Connecticut pulls it out.
Yeah.
Right.
Auburn, San Diego State. I like Auburn still.
I said Auburn.
Yeah, I think we all agree with that one. Y'all believe Illinois is going to be here. I'm rooting for Morehead State University, but if Illinois is here against BYU, who you going with?
Illinois.
All right. Okay. What about Drake and Iowa State? Is this an upset?
For all the dogs, I'm going with Drake.
Oh, okay.
I like Iowa State because they play the same way every night.
Yeah, I'm going Iowa State.
Iowa State, okay. Iowa State it is. North Carolina and Mississippi State. This is tricky because if Mississippi State plays like they played in the SEC tournament, they can beat North Carolina. I just don't know if they can duplicate that.
Which game? Which game?
Well, the one they played against Kentucky, they look dominant.
Yeah, I'm not betting against UNC right now.
Kentucky's got better shooters than North Carolina.
Go with North Carolina.
Yeah, I'm going North Carolina.
Okay, all right. North Carolina, I knew. I already knew what Cam was doing. That was easy. St. Mary's College of Charleston.
College of Charleston.
Yep.
Everybody's going with momentum. But at this point, y'all call it College of Charleston the Cinderella.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Clemson and Baylor.
Baylor.
I'm going with Baylor.
All right.
I don't know why, but
Cam has Baylor going deep. I don't know how deep yet, but he's got him going deep. Arizona and Dayton.
Arizona.
All right. We're going to the South and Midwest now. Houston and Nebraska.
Houston.
As long as Houston is allowed to be physical, they should get to the Sweet 16 easy. Y'all said Duke is going to make it here. So, James Madison and Duke.
James Madison.
This is where Duke falls off the rail.
I need Duke to win, even though I don't believe they will win.
That sounds like you're going with James Madison.
I said I need Duke to win, even though I don't believe they will win.
Whoa,
It still
whoa,
sounds like you go with James Madison.
whoa.
One of them head and heart decisions right there.
I mean, that's what you got to say.
Cam, you're the tiebreaker. Which way are you going?
Duke.
Oh, oh, you let Charlie sway you. All right, NC State and Kentucky here.
Oh, it's gonna be a good one. This could be a good one.
NC State run is over.
Who does Kentucky have that guard Burns?
Nobody.
But I think Cal will probably double him.
You're gonna have well.
I'll go Kentucky.
On paper, Kentucky should win a game like this. But these are also the games they tend to lose.
I just don't know about Kentucky's guards. They're young.
They are.
So it'll be interesting to see how they handle these situations.
All right, we'll go Kentucky in a close one. How about that? Marquette and Florida. I'm still team Marquette on this one.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Is this upset territory? Purdue and TCU.
Purdue.
We know which way you're going.
Well, I got ties to TCU too. I mean, I'm saying
not marital ties.
No, not at all. Just neighborhood ties, but
right.
No, Purdue, yeah.
Do you get a tuition raise, Charlie, if you pick Purdue here?
Do I get a tuition raise?
Yeah, like will they raise your tuition quietly if you go against them in this pick here?
They don't have to. They didn't consult me the last time they raised the tuition, which was this year.
So it wouldn't matter.
Whether I pick them or not, they don't raise. If they want to raise the tuition, they're gonna raise the tuition.
It's going up. It's going up. Okay. Maybe Purdue's got enough to squeak by this one, but I don't think they're gonna blow TCU out.
You're looking for style points, huh?
Not necessarily. A win's a win.
Yeah.
A win's a win. You believe, Charlie?
Who is that?
In Purdue versus TCU?
I'm going TCU.
Okay. Tiebreaker.
I'm going to upset.
You go TCU? Okay. All right, TCU it is. McNeese State.
TCU got some guard play, man.
They do. They do. McNeese State and Kansas.
KU.
I'm going with McNeese State.
I think I'm right with McNeese State too.
Yep. I'll make that 3.
All right, there it is. So the other Cinderella has entered the building. South Carolina and Creighton. South Carolina was fun while it lasted.
Yes.
I'm going with Creighton.
Yeah, it was fun while it lasted. Hope you had a good time. Tip your weight on that way out.
I hope you had a good time.
Tennessee and Texas.
Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Vols on this one.
Rick Barnes. Beating his old team. Who let him go.
Yeah.
Oh man, talk about motivation.
Yeah, I see that.
Talk about motivation. All right, that brings us to the Sweet 16. Boy, this is gonna be a good one here. Connecticut and Auburn. Talk about contrasting styles. I think it one of them I have Auburn.
Yeah, I did too.
I got Connecticut.
Cam, what you doing?
Connecticut.
Oh, we got a tiebreaker, guys.
So what's contrasting about their styles?
I think what I picked up from Auburn is that they're a really physical team. Yeah. Like they don't mind using their size to their advantage. Like as far as physicality. Now, I think Connecticut is longer, right? They're a little bit longer in some areas.
Connecticut, they got that shooting.
Then they have some good shooting. They definitely have good shooting. I don't know. I'm conflicted on this one. Where should we go? Should we go? Are we giving the champions the benefit of the doubt?
Go to decision tree. Refer to the decision
tree. So is the decision tree going to be our tiebreaker for the night?
Think so.
The decision tree says it's Connecticut. We are basically tied here. So we go by the decision tree, it's Connecticut. But I do think Auburn's going to pull the upset. Illinois and Iowa State.
Illinois.
They play solid basketball. One thing about this game, there'll be no surprises. These guys have seen it. I think they played this year, didn't they?
Not sure.
Not mistaken, I think they played. Illinois or Iowa State?
I'm gonna say Iowa State.
Okay.
I'm going Big Ten.
Illinois takes it then. Okay. North Carolina and College of Charleston. Y'all been riding College of Charleston for a while now.
North Carolina.
I was saying College of Charleston really want this game.
Well, they ain't getting
it.
Yeah, I think the fun is over. North Carolina.
What about Baylor and Arizona?
Arizona.
Arizona.
Arizona? All right.
Yes, Arizona.
Yeah.
Okay. Houston and Duke.
Houston.
H-Town.
Too big, too strong for me. I'm with it. Kentucky and Marquette. A rematch of 2003.
Kentucky.
I'm going Marquette.
I'm going Marquette.
I'm going Marquette.
Yeah.
Shocker.
All right. And let's see. TCU and McNeese State.
TCU.
So we all believing in another TCU run. Okay. And finally, Creighton and Tennessee. This is an easy one for me. Creighton.
Yeah,
Who's that?
Creighton and Tennessee.
I go with Creighton.
Okay.
Definitely Creighton.
All right, there it is. We are now in the Elite Eight, gentlemen. And now we have Connecticut and Illinois. This is where Illinois, we would give them their lovely parting bag and send them on their way.
Which team? Who?
Connecticut and Illinois.
Oh, yeah, Connecticut.
Yeah. All right. North Carolina and Arizona. I don't want to upset Cam, so we'll go with North Carolina.
Hey, you probably want to ask me right here. I'm a realist.
Right now, it looks like we got 3 number ones going to the Final Four. Which is
I said Arizona. You said
Arizona?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What you said, Charlie?
Taylor Love want to get his revenge.
Yes,
So you said Arizona?
Yes, I was in Arizona.
Ooh. Well, listen, the decision tree is the deciding factor. We got to go Arizona because the decision tree is saying Arizona's going to take this.
And this is why I get off.
Oh, you can't get off. You can't get off. Houston and
Hold on. You need to answer everybody that question again. Somebody made a mistake. You say Tar Heels in Arizona, right? Somebody talk up somebody.
Arizona.
Oh, okay. I see what this is. Okay.
Arizona.
He said, "Talk up somebody."
He said Arizona. I don't know what else we need to say about it. So I don't think that's gonna happen though, but we'll see.
You said the first time I had to stand by myself. I'm not tripping.
Hey, sometimes you gotta stand alone. Houston and Marquette.
Houston.
I'm gonna ride with Houston as well. And then finally TCU and Creighton. This is where TCU gets off. Okay. So our final four is Connecticut and Arizona.
Did he freeze?
I did. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
It's like I don't think the internet is happy with our choices, but it's okay. We're gonna press on anyway.
Oh wow.
That North Carolina thing, look at it, look. See?
Got to get in one last time.
Cam froze and came back in a whole different shirt.
Y'all the one frozen. Y'all talking crazy. Y'all messed up everything.
So what we doing? Connecticut, Arizona? Is this a Connecticut win?
Yes. I say Connecticut.
It's hard not to pick Connecticut here. It really is.
It was easy for you to pick Arizona over North Carolina.
It wasn't easy. Don't do that. Don't do that. I didn't do that. I'm not sure I did that in my real bracket. I think I just did it for this one. Are we going with Connecticut is the question.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And then Houston and Creighton.
Houston.
Feels like Creighton won't get the chance to event themselves.
Houston for sure. Houston.
So we're saying it's gonna be two number ones going at it in the championship game. The physicality of the Houston Cougars versus the cunning and craftiness of the Connecticut Husky. Who wins this one? By the way, the decision tree is at 50-50. It cannot help us this time.
H time.
It's Houston. I mean, they
Cougars.
To me,
Houston figures it out.
These are the top two teams all year.
Yep.
Yep.
Cam, you agree? All right, ladies and gentlemen, on our show, we have picked the Houston Cougars to win the championship. Now, as we transition over quickly, this one should be easy because we can pretty much chalk the first two rounds.
Can you just pick South Carolina and just work your way down?
Right. I was going to say, we should be able to chalk the first two rounds of the women's tournament and just say the higher seed is going to probably win. One thing about women's basketball, there are not a lot of upsets in the first round. Every now and then there are some, but not a lot. So while I'm chalking up the first two rounds, I want to ask you guys a question. I don't know if you had a chance to look at the bracket for the women, but were you happy? Because a lot of people were like, man, Texas, they got a heck of a draw because they don't have to face they only have to look at Stanford and North Carolina State and Gonzaga. They don't have to face Notre Dame. They don't have to face South Carolina. They don't have to face Iowa. So
you can't overlook Stanford, though. Can't overlook Stanford.
Now Iowa, we'll pause a little bit so you can see what they got. Iowa got a heck of a draw because they got Colorado in theirs. They got Louisville. They got UCLA.
Kansas State.
They got Kansas State. They got LSU in their bracket. It is a strong possibility Iowa doesn't make it out of their region. but they should get through the first 2 rounds. But they may not make it out of their region. And by the way, in the second round, we have a Louisville LSU matchup featuring the departure of Haley Van Lith from Louisville to LSU. So this will be interesting to see how that all plays out. USC got Connecticut in their bracket. They got Ohio State in their bracket. They got a tough bracket. Okay, now we're at the round of 32. I would say South Carolina is a no-brainer. What about Oklahoma, Indiana?
Oklahoma.
I like Oklahoma as well. Though Indiana is pretty good. I like Oklahoma in this one as well. You agree, Cam? You with us on that one? Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I forgot who I was talking to. I apologize. That's my fault. Nebraska and Oregon State. This could be an upset.
I'm going with the Beavers.
Yeah, I said Nebraska.
Beavers? Okay.
I said Nebraska.
You said Nebraska. Charlie, which way are you going on this one?
I think Nebraska.
Okay. All right. Nebraska wins out. Notre Dame. I'm rocking with Notre Dame till the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
They got the best player on the court in this game. So I'm going with Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame is it. Texas. Do we believe in Texas women? That's the real question.
I had them picked, so yeah, I guess.
They got a lot of wins.
Yeah, they got a super freshman, right?
They do. This is probably more about how much I don't believe in Alabama than it is about Texas. So I think we can safely say Texas there. Gonzaga and Utah.
I picked Gonzaga on that one.
Just went with the higher seed, or you really believe?
I just went with the higher seed.
Okay, all right. I can be persuaded there. It won't matter. It won't be mad. It won't matter in the next round anyway.
Yeah.
Charlie, Cam, you go with that?
Who's that?
Gonzaga and Utah.
It's a toss-up.
It is very much a toss-up.
I'm going with Utah. I'm going with Utah.
Okay. Cam?
Zag.
All right, Zags takes it. Okay. Tennessee and NC State. Only because I've seen NC State and I know what they can do, I'm going NC State.
Yeah.
Oh no, Tennessee played pretty hard down the stretch.
They did. Having said that, I'm going with NC State.
Yeah, I'll go NC State then.
All right.
Keep it fluid.
Okay. Iowa State and Stanford.
Stanford.
Yep.
Too big, too long, too strong. All right.
Stanford.
Okay. So now we're headed to the other side of the bracket. No way Iowa's going out that early against West Virginia. Kansas State and Colorado is going to be an amazing game.
Go with Colorado.
I'm going with K-State.
I think I'm going to join you, Charlie. Cam? Kansas State? Okay. Louisville and LSU. That's going to be the highlight of the first weekend. The problem with Louisville is I don't know where the score is coming from.
Haley Van Lith scoring 25 to 30 points.
He's gonna try.
LSU.
He's still gonna try.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say LSU, but it's been a much closer game than people think.
Yeah, I'm going LSU.
All right. Creighton and UCLA. Give me the Bruins.
Yes. Yeah.
We got chalk out here. USC, no brainer. They got the best player on the court by far. What about Baylor and Virginia Tech? If Kidley is playing, I'll go Virginia.
I'm going Baylor.
I'm going Baylor.
Yeah, I'm going with Baylor.
Okay. Virginia Tech goes out early. Syracuse and Connecticut. Give me Connecticut.
Yes.
Paige Beckers with something to prove. And they're coming in healthy.
Yep.
Ohio State, Duke. Give me Ohio State.
Ohio State, yeah.
Well, the way they beat up on Iowa, you got to take it. All right, so Sweet 16. Now it's where it gets fun, gentlemen. South Carolina and Oklahoma.
Next.
We all agree with South Carolina?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Notre Dame and Nebraska.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. All right. Texas and Gonzaga.
Texas.
Texas. All right. North Carolina State and Stanford. That's going to be a good one.
Stanford.
Oh, man. As much as I want to say North Carolina State, I think it's going to be Stanford.
Stanford.
Okay. Iowa and
Who was the teams?
Iowa and Kansas State. You know, they trying to keep Caitlin Clark in there as long as they can.
Iowa.
Iowa. Yeah.
Everybody feel comfortable with Iowa?
Yeah. They gotta keep people watching.
Well, she's gonna be there as long as they can. LSU and UCLA, a huge matchup.
I'm going UCLA.
Ooh. Okay, Charlie.
Going with LSU.
Me too.
Okay. I'm going with the Dogs, LSU. Too many dogs. Until you can put a player of comparable talent on the court with Juju Watkins, I'm going Juju Watkins.
True.
I'm saying she runs Baylor completely off the court.
Yeah. I'm going USC.
All right. And another great matchup, Connecticut and Ohio State.
UConn.
I think I went with Ohio State.
That's not a bad pick. I'm really torn here because I've seen how good Ohio State is. They play good team ball. But the healthy Connecticut and Paige Beckers probably going to be the best person on the court. I'm gonna go with Connecticut in a close one.
I agree.
I got the shot. So there we go. Okay. But now the Elite Eight with the entire world watching. South Carolina and Notre Dame.
Going South Carolina.
Okay.
Exactly. Just South Carolina.
Ah, man.
Good ratings.
Even though I know how much you like the Hidalgo.
I love Hidalgo. I think she's gonna play her best, the best player she's ever played in Flawali. But it's a team game. It's a team game.
That's a great matchup, though.
Yeah,
that's a great match. Listen, that's must-see TV. But I just don't think her team is ready. I think she'll be ready. I just don't think the team is ready. So give me South Carolina. Boy, that's a great matchup, though, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Texas and Stanford.
Stanford.
Give me Stanford. I agree.
I go with Stanford because Texas lost their best player.
Yep. Iowa and LSU in the rematch. Does Caitlin Clark get her revenge?
Nah.
I don't think so.
Nah.
I think I'm gonna have to agree with you guys on this one.
I'm going Iowa.
You said she does get her revenge. Well,
she'll be picking her dress for the draft by this time.
All right, 3-1. But you may be right. I don't know. That's gonna be interesting. And then USC, Connecticut. Listen,
USC
again. Until you put the player of comparable talent on the floor with her, give me Juju. So that leaves us with a Final Four for the ages: South Carolina, Stanford, LSU, USC. It does not get much better than that. South Carolina and Stanford, who you got?
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
South Carolina, yep.
All right. LSU and
Whoa,
USC.
Hold up.
You going Stanford?
I'm going Stanford.
Okay. You still not voted, but I'm just saying. But your vote is recorded. There you go.
Thank you.
There you go. LSU and USC.
This is tough. It's tough.
I'm going with USC.
Ooh, Charlie.
I want Juju and Flawali.
I do too. I really do too. That's the one I want to see. Oh man,
we've seen enough of the LSU South Carolina fight. I mean,
but that's the reason why. That's the reason why it's gonna be that way, because of the fight, and that's build up.
So you going LSU?
Nobody wants to see no more fights.
Yeah.
We want to see the freshmen go at it.
So which way you going, Chad? Cam?
Dang.
And just for the record, I'm going SC as well. So that's 2 for SC.
All I'm saying is that Bronny is not the best player at USC.
He is not the best player at USC.
He's not even the best second player in his family.
That was a little harsh, Chad.
Hurtful. Truthful.
The words are hurtful, Chad.
Hello, Bryce.
Oh man, I think y'all done got me, man. SC. Yeah, got me.
All right. So that leaves us with the ratings busting championship game of South Carolina and USC. Now, the decision tree says 87-13. I don't know if I believe that.
Who, South Carolina?
Yeah. Because I think Flawali is going to get housed.
Well,
and I think that's going to make a massive difference in the game.
Because y'all making me pick from these teams that I did not pick.
We are.
I'm gonna go South Carolina because they may throw a double team, triple team at your girl.
Exactly.
They better.
Yeah, it only makes sense. You gonna beat me? You gonna beat me on my terms?
Listen, they better throw a lot.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They're gonna probably double team her.
What is that, Charlie?
I said South Carolina has too many. They have too many players.
Too many.
It's a lot of people.
Some of them are averaging
got
8 points, but they can all be somewhere else averaging 23. It's too many. It's too much.
I think Juju's gonna do what she does, but it's just go. I agree with you. It's just gonna be too much.
Let me tell you something, man. That sounds good, but that coach over there in South Carolina, who we all know,
she's amazing.
She's gonna take her out the game. I'm telling you
By the way,
sure.
I heard something the other day on a podcast that one of the NBA players was saying it. It may have been Shaq. I don't remember who it was. You're right. They said either her or Becky needs to be the first woman coach in the NBA. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know if I disagree because they're both amazing. Their basketball minds are amazing. So
yeah, Becky was talking about that on the shop one episode. She was talking about it. She said that's not what she truly desires. I don't know if that's
who Don said that.
Becky said that.
Well,
said that on the episode of the shop.
Well, listen, gigantic checks can change a lot of minds.
True.
You get the numbers right. Because she coached at the Spurs for many years for somebody that didn't desire that.
And it might have been the right thing to say at the moment.
It was the right thing to say. You can't say that coming off of 2 championships in the WNBA.
Yeah.
But listen, you try to tell me that the Brooklyn Nets couldn't use her?
Right now.
Right now.
As a player or a coach.
Right. So.
Yeah.
So who we going with? We haven't decided.
Oh, I said South Carolina.
So it's 2-1.
I think us and the rest of the world has already decided this.
So are you saying South Carolina?
Well, with the 2 teams you're giving me, yes.
All right. It looks like South Carolina. 33-0. We saying they're gonna be 33-0, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be more than 33-0, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. All right, those are our picks. Those are our collective mashup picks. Now, if you want to see our individual picks, go to the Noisemaker page, click on the link, put your own bracket, and then see what we picked as well. So, I tell you what, I cannot wait for it. It's going to be so much fun to watch it all unfold. This is my favorite time of the year, and looking forward to seeing it. And then we have an announcement to make tonight that now the 5 will be on Monday nights. So you can catch us at this time every Monday, starting tonight. It worked out kind of nice for us. And then, of course, you can catch BLEAV in the ACC every Thursday morning. So there you go. So since we will all be off on Wednesday and Thursday, anybody got any shout-outs? We gotta give you first, don't we?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and go. Definitely shout out Charlie. Definitely, it's always good being the presence of greatness along with my brothers. So definitely shout out to Charlie, and just shout out to the women's and the men's NCAA tournament. That's definitely that time of the year, and the Yankees about to start spring training in the season, so that's exciting as well. So,
are y'all playing right now?
Spring
Nobody
training.
cares about that.
Oh, they don't.
Spring training, man.
The Yankees, are they still a team?
Chill out. So,
that's right,
yeah,
Charlie.
man.
Hey, Charlie, that's right. We have real baseball rivalries on this on this show.
I see.
Yeah.
He pulling up his shirt like there's something on his shoulder.
I was scratching Charlie. It was
Right.
Oh, okay.
He's a Red Sox fan.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly, Charlie. Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel.
It doesn't matter. All roads to the World Series lead through Arlington, so it doesn't matter.
Wow.
I've been waiting a long time to say that. I've been waiting a long time to say that.
Yeah.
By the way, since we won't be on Wednesday and Thursday. Charlie, and you're here with us. Were you guys as shocked with the Steelers move with Justin Fields as I was?
That's one of my shout outs.
Yes. But I get it now.
Yes.
I get it now.
But they had to find a place for him.
Yeah, but they didn't get much for him. I mean, was this a matter of you thought you had 4 books, but you really didn't?
Yeah, that was a last minute deal. I mean, because they only gave up a 6th rounder.
Yeah, it can turn into a fourth pick, but it's definitely a 6th rounder.
I don't think he's going to start at all. I know Little he'll probably start. I don't think so.
Well, they said it was some other teams too that was there, but they wanted to do right by Justin Fields too.
But how's that doing right by him? Like, well, to me, I think what they're doing is saying he's not ready. Maybe that's right. Maybe that's the right.
Sit behind Russell for a couple of years.
He can't be ready by now. He done had too many playing games now.
What do you say, Charlie?
So you're going to tell me with that comment, you're saying they said that he's not ready.
I mean,
when this is his third year, and now they're getting ready to draft a guy who is not ready. I mean,
facts. He was just in a bad system and a bad team. That's all.
But I guess I'm saying that if you're doing right by him, there are other teams, and I'm wearing one of them that could have used his services for a 4th round pick. I mean, so I'm just wondering. I don't know.
There's not a lot of teams where you get to study behind Russell Wilson and then a couple of years get to take the job. And so, I mean, maybe it's the mentorship that he needs.
Well, I will say this. I don't know Russell Wilson personally. I just hear the many salacious rumors that they say about him. And Russell reached out to him on Instagram and said, let's get to work. So maybe he's getting a more team-friendly Russell. And maybe that will, to your point, Chad, maybe that'll fail. So I don't know. I agree with this, Charlie. I don't disagree with what you said. I just feel like there are more to our team that could have used his services. And also, I'm wearing one of them.
You mean like start right now? That's what you mean, like not be a backup to start right now?
Well,
yes.
If Russell has any measure of success, Justin may not see the field for the next 3 years. Which may not be a bad thing. I mean, I don't know. But I don't know. That's a tricky situation to me.
Basically, they're saying he needs to mature, and they're going to put him in a situation to do so.
Whew. Talk about a commentary towards your life. We can continue our shout-outs.
I have one more. A shout out to Juwan Howard, man. It didn't end like you wanted to, but you know, us as Michigan Wolverines fans definitely appreciate what you did and what you still do. So, because
I was gonna shade Joe, like, is this a real shout out? It felt like you were going a different way with this. Okay.
I'm not gonna shade my guy, man.
Okay, all right, fair enough. All right. I'm just saying, Cam, it felt like he was going a different way. All right. Charlie, you got any shout outs?
To all the coaches that were on the hot seat before the team ran off and won the conference championship.
Looking at you, Long Beach State.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yes. Let me ask you a question. Would the Yale coach have been fired if he lost that game?
I don't know. In this day and age, I'm not surprised if anybody get fired.
Because he would have lost to an 11-17 Brown school. And I don't ever remember Brown winning anything.
Yeah, that's tough.
So, I don't know. All right, Cam, what you doing?
Well, my first shout out goes to Mike Tomlin. As I told y'all at the end of the season last year, as good as a coach as he is, in my opinion, and good as that defense is, man, give my guy a quarterback. Golly. And okay, I don't care if Wilson break his ankle tomorrow. Justin Fields is better than anything they had last year, period. So at least give him something to fight with. Man, like upper management, what are y'all doing? So I'm so glad for Mike Tomlin. And then they talk about shit, is he gonna be fired? Is he coming back? It'd be the stupidest stuff ever.
He was never.
So I'm glad he got a quarterback. I'm glad he got two quarterbacks. Now he got something he can go in there and fight with and compete with in the AFC North, in my opinion. I think
absolutely.
You know, I know how some of y'all act on here when we start talking about the AFC North. You know, not you, Lord, just all the Lamar Jackson fans. You know, I know how y'all act sometimes. So I'm just saying. So shout out to the show. Thank you guys on Monday. It's a lot better for me. I can be on here and to having one of the single-hand greatest collegiate players ever play both sports and win a
The reason why there is Lamar Jackson.
I ain't a Florida State fan, but I'm a fan of Charlie Ward.
There you go.
Likewise.
Well, I appreciate everybody for the mashup. These are always fun when we get a chance to do it. And shout out to the guys who were trying to make it that couldn't make it. I probably talked some breaking news up in Louisville, so I apologize, Kendrick, wherever you are, because I jinxed him. I think I may have jinxed him. But listen, it's gonna be a fun week, guys. One more shout out to Grandma. She wrapped up her birthday celebrations yesterday. Gave a beautiful speech at the end of the church service. And I'll share this story with you guys quickly. Before she when she turned 99, I asked her how she felt, and she said focused. I said, well, what are you focused on? She said, I'm gonna make 100. She said, I'm gonna make 100. I'm gonna make it. Awesome. And she made it. I mean, she absolutely made it with flying colors. So shout out to Grandma for staying focused. I like it. It's a good lesson for us all. So with that being said, it's been a fun night. Appreciate you, my brothers. We will enjoy the week together. And hey, do me a favor. Tune in to, if you're not busy with all the basketball on Saturday, tune in to Uncorked Wine this Saturday night. We are starting our own March Madness, and we're kicking it off with the greatest black film of all time. We're going to vote on the greatest black film of all time. So we'll do that on this Saturday on Uncorked Wine. Okay. That's
Coming to America.
It feels like it might win. I mean, I don't know. But there are other choices, though. There'll be other choices. But with that being said, appreciate you guys. Yeah, have a great week. We out of here. You've been listening to Believe in the ACC with Charlie Ward, Lloyd Spence, and Kendrick Haskins. Please like, follow, subscribe, and share from the Noisemakers page on Facebook and on YouTube. And you can also listen to us on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, and wherever podcasts can be heard. And join us next time on Believe in the ACC.
Come on, man.
Five will get you 10. They are plugging in with the there's no mystery. Let's make history with the 5. Oh, the strongest. 2 and 3. Add 1 more plus me and do the 5. Yeah, we keep it on the
the floor.